Hi, everyone. It's Mary Olson, Reader's Advisory Librarian at Medina County District Library. This is episode 5 of the Library Talk Show, and I am really tickled to have Mel on today. Mel works at our Brunswick branch, and she's here to tell you about some great reads, and we can get to know her a little better. So, Mel, thanks for being on the show.
No problem. Yes, I'm Mel. I am a teen library associate in Brunswick. And when it's always hard for me to pick a book to choose. So Mary just said, what is a book that immediately comes to your head and is immediately memorable? And I said, oh, I got it. And ironically, it is one of my least favorite genres. And that would be historical fiction. I don't really like historical fiction, but I loved this book. So it's got to be good. So I know it's flipped, but this is...
No, it's perfect. Perfect.
This is called The Revolution of Marina M., and it's by Janet Fitch. Now, Janet Fitch was very famous several years ago. She wrote this book called White Oleander, and it became a movie. And I was really surprised when this book came out a couple years ago that there wasn't so much fanfare with it, because it is amazing. And I'm going to tell you why. It takes place during the Russian Revolution, starting in 1917 in Russia. And it is concerned with the coming of age of a girl named Marina. And she comes from a very privileged family. But as the revolution foments and begins, she kind of turns her back on that and becomes this poet and protester. It's very epic. It's very dramatic and intense. I love books that are sagas, and this is it. It is a beautiful mix of like humanity and history. I learned a lot about the Russian Revolution. Had a great understanding of that part of history, because when you think historical fiction, I'm like, okay, not another World War II Germany. No.
Hey, that's my favorite.
I know it is. For those who love historical fiction, this would be good too, because it really is very in depth. Janet Fitch definitely did her research about, the forces and choices that created this reality at the time. Big change in government. People weren't sure what was going to happen next with the world. And this is a story about this woman who is just very resilient. She goes through so much, but she's so resilient. The setting in Russia, it's very vivid. It's very rich. You feel like you're there. You really care about Marina, and the plot. I could not put the book down. And it's a big book. It's a doorstopper. But there's so much happening in this book, and it's breathtaking and intense. So I read it. You're not going to want to put it down. And the sequel just came out.
Yes.
Well, not just came out. It came out last summer. So it kind of leaves you on a little cliffhanger where you're like, oh, what's going to happen to her next? Because you feel like, oh gosh, this is just getting started. All this has happened, but this is just getting started. And the sequel is called, what is it called? I have it written down somewhere. Chimes of a Lost Cathedral.
There it is.
Okay, that's the sequel of the book. And it's great that it's out now, because I'm one of those people that when I read a book in a series, I have to have just read the last one. Like, there can't be any waiting period in between, because I kind of forget about everything that's happened in the first book. So if you're willing, and this will get you through I think this will get you through the quarantine, because they're two
it's long,
immersive books. And by the time you crawl out of this world, you'll be like, oh, okay, we're back. So that is The Revolution of Marina M.
That sounds like a perfect choice for right now, because a lot of readers just want to get lost. Just take me away. So, I mean, the Russian Revolution isn't
you are
necessarily
right in the midst of it. You are, one of the descriptions of this book is about this girl who was swept away in the tides of history. And I think sweeping is a really good adjective for this book, because it's this sweeping drama. It sweeps you in. You definitely feel like you're part of this cultural, historical change that's happening. Never a dull moment.
Oh, that's a perfect blend right there. And I think it's very good that the sequel is already in our hands, because you don't want to lose momentum. When you end a book and you're on a cliff and you can't wait to find out what's next. I don't get that long waiting. It just takes the wind out of your sails. It's not fun to wait. Great choice, Mel.
Book in the past couple years where I closed it and I said, I need more of Marina. I need to know more about her, what is going to happen next. Oh my gosh, I can't believe she's still alive and doing this. And it's, it is a historical novel that goes through, it is very intense. There's social and political turmoil. So there are cruel parts and there are parts, but you're like, how is this girl surviving? She's just going and doing it. So I like that about her.
Yeah, that's an empowering read. Inspiration.
Yes.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I was excited when you told me that's the one you wanted to do. It's different from other things we've had. So thank you. You are one of my favorite book talkers. I love your writing about books. So I know that we'll be getting some holds on that book after this show. Okay. Mel, tell everybody what you've been doing to stay sane at home.
I've just been getting really immersed into reading and maybe doing some writing of my own. So kind of just getting into the language of when you are taken away from reality, what is touching you, what somebody writes. So
that sounds great. Very good. And my last question is, let's think forward to a little better time in the future. What are you looking forward to when we're back in our libraries?
Holding actual books. I was not a big e-reader before this. I am now, because that's the only way I'm accessing the books, but it's going to feel really great to be sitting there holding an actual book in my hands again. And also seeing my Medina County District Library family and our regulars, because some days I'll be like, I wonder how this, I wonder how she's doing. Oh, I wonder how he's doing. It'll be good to see them when they come back into the library. So, yeah.
Yep. I'm looking forward to all those things too. Well, stay well, stay healthy, stay sane, keep reading. Thanks for joining me on the show. And I hope that we are able to see each other in person very soon.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks, Mel. Bye.